Well, good afternoon. This is the first video I've done in quite a while. Um, and first off, I just wanted to thank everybody, all the new subscribers. Um, Through the winter, I kept getting little notifications you got a new subscriber, and I really appreciate it. I'm still surprised that anybody wants to watch the things that go on around here. It has been a really crazy, stressful, and weird winter. Today's March the 16th. We had Snowpocalypse 2021 back, I guess it actually started on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Just to kind of give you an update what was going on. So the bees, it appears that I got all 5 hives through the winter. I knew we were going to have some single digit days. I mean, where the temp wasn't going to get above, single digits or maybe in the low teens for several days at a time during the snowpocalypse. So I went in and actually insulated the hives just for some insurance. Also, I didn't know how much honey they had, so I went ahead and put in a top feeder with some solid sugar, just granulated sugar. So, and on top of all that, of course, we had, like I said, the snowpocalypse, which is not something we have very often here in Arkansas, so it's kind of a stressful thing in itself. But in the midst of all that, I had to go out of town to work for the whole week. And if you don't know, I'm a paramedic by trade, professionally. That's what I do for a living. And my wife is a nurse, so we have full-time jobs. So we do what we can on the farm when we can on the farm. But I had to go out of town to work for the week. Worked 5 12-hour days during the snowstorm. I left here Sunday night in the beginning of the snowstorm and drove to Little Rock. Stayed in a hotel every day and worked 12-hour days. Well, before that, I had been having some trouble with my ankle, so I had planned on going to the doctor that week. Well, that didn't help. That didn't happen. So working 12-hour days in the snow, and that just complicates a paramedic and EMT's job altogether. You can't get your stretcher to where you need it to be. You can't get your ambulance to where it needs to be because of the snow. So you end up walking through snow, carrying people. I mean, distances you wouldn't normally do. Normally you wouldn't even think about it. But so 5 12-hour shifts on a bum ankle in the snow, carrying folks and this kind of stuff. There were a few nights where I went back to my hotel room and didn't know if I was going to be able to get my boot off. It was so painful. So when I came back from that, went to the doctor, put me off for a week. It still wasn't better. He put me off another week. Now I've got to go to a specialist. Turns out I have a congenital syndrome. It's called OS trigonum syndrome. I had to Google that because I never heard of it. Actually, I have an extra bone in my foot, in my ankle, that I was born with an extra bone, and it's been pinched or irritated or something, and that's causing pain. Sometimes they can just, physical therapy, steroids, pain killers, and that kind of thing, and it'll ease up on its own. Other times they have to go in and take it out. So I go to the doctor tomorrow to find a specialist to go see tomorrow if they need to take it out. And on top of that, I have an impinged nerve or impinged something in my ankle on top of that. As my primary care physician put it, I have the perfect storm going on in my my ankle. So that on top of everything else, I haven't been out here to the bees because I was in a walking boot for 2 weeks. I'm just now getting back where I don't have to be in a walking boot. So for now, so I got to get out here. I need to get this insulation off the hives. Back up a little bit again. During snowpocalypse, we had an old cow that had just calved. I think she had about a 4-week-old calf on her. She was an old cow. Just you know how old cows get. They don't have much fat on them. They just they look skinny no matter how much feed you feed them or how good you try to take care of them. They just look skinny. Well, I was worried about her when I left, and during the week she went down. I wasn't here to take care of that. The family did a wonderful job. They busted their rear ends trying to save this cow. They couldn't save the cow. She ended up dying. So now we have a bottle calf, our first bottle calf. That is adding one more thing we have to do every day, or 2 more things. We have to feed her twice a day. Hopefully before long she'll be eating grain good enough we can just put her out with the rest of the cows. Sadly, her mom's not going to be with her. If she had been a bull or a steer, we probably would just go ahead and sell her, but she's going to be one of our replacement heifers. So that's something else. I tell you, it's just been a weird winter, stressful too on everybody. We have a new granddaughter who was born in September, so now we have a toddler, a 4-year-old, who she just turned 4 in December, and a baby that's between our house and my son and daughter-in-law's house. Like I said before, everybody has full-time jobs. So today, that's kind of the winter recap update in a nutshell. As far as the bees go, right now we're in limbo. If I have to have surgery on my ankle, it means I'm going to be off my feet for 6 to 8 weeks. And if they want to do it right away, that 6 to 8 weeks is going to be right in the middle of the busiest time of the year for beekeeping. So I don't know what's going to happen, but the bees right now, as long as they're healthy and we're getting by, that's the main thing. Queen rearing, the videos that I put out last year that I started on my queen rearing, I really wanted to jump on that as soon as I could. You know, I was hoping to already have my mating nukes set up and have them, you know, start putting bees in them and get them ready for the big flow and start raising queens. And this circumstances, just I don't know what's going to happen. So right now I just want to go in and make sure, take off those feeders, kind of get everything ready for the flow. I don't know, I've been seeing people on Facebook saying the bees are bringing in stuff. They're bringing in pollen, they're bringing in nectar, and I don't know where they're getting it. The dandelions are blooming, and that's about all that's blooming around here that I know of. So I don't know, but today I'm just gonna take this stuff off, the extra stuff off the hives, and I'm hoping to take a quick peek inside the hives to make sure that they're still queen right, see if they've got any brood started, see them, you know, make sure there's no queen cells. There are people saying now that their swarm traps are up and they're already getting, you know, bees that are investigating them, and a lot of people have queen cells, you know, swarm cells in their hives. So I really need to get in there and get to looking. But anyway, stand by. Not gonna be a whole lot to this as far as taking the stuff off the hives. I'm gonna put my jacket on to keep from getting stung. I hadn't messed with them yet, so I hope they're not irritable. And then see if we can crack open these 5. Hopefully 5 won't take me very long today. But just stand by and I'll be right back. All right, I'm not going to put my gloves on for this. I'm just going to take all this stuff off. You can see here through this camera, and I have got a new case on that camera, so if my primary, the one on my chest, dies, you can actually hear me this year. Last year it sounded all muffled because it was in the case. The case that's on that's got now, yeah, you can hear it. So as you can see, this is what I did. It was thrown together kind of last minute. This does not make me feel good that this fell, but at least there is an opening. The bees can get in and out. I see activity in all the hives, so yeah, hopefully they're all still good. Hopefully they're not going to be too mad at me. This one may be a little irritable because it looks like right there on the corner, see the corner, it looks like they may have had a critter trying to get in there. That may have been what pulled that down. A skunk or something may have been trying to get in there and get to them, so they may be a little irritable. If they start getting harassed at night by skunks, especially skunks are bad this time of year, but if they start getting harassed, well, that probably could be the reason, because I didn't have a ratchet on this. Okay, time to